Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Please don't forget to subscribe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway, and thank you once again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And like always, if you want to see something in this show or you have a bright idea that you want to see us implement on this show, drop them in those comments below or hit us on any one of our social media outlets. Holler at us, we holler back. But we got a great show for you guys today. But before we get into that show, I want to introduce you to my co-host, and he goes by the name of Mr. Steven Rubain. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'll be honest with you, I have been better. For those who not in the LA area, we've been having some really bad air quality the last couple of days because of this big warehouse fire out in East LA, and so it's blowing all over the area. I think I got a little dry hacking cough from it the last couple of days. I'm just want to just ahead of time let people know that there's been a lot of coughing, and so if I do start to cough, just know that I think it's related to the air quality. How's it been for you? Because I know you're out there in that area as well, where you're pretty close to it. How's your air quality been?
I came out 2 days ago when it first started, and it was the morning time. I went to walk my dog, and it looked like fog, as much smoke that was over here. And my dumb self, I went walking anyway. And if it wasn't for my dog being as smart as he is, good thing for Kobe, he turned around like, let's go home. Like something's going on. And his owner wasn't smart enough to stay in the house. And I went back because
dogs have that sense, man. They have that sense.
Man, if you would have saw him get to the corner and we normally go for a long walk. He hit the corner on me and we went straight back to the house. And he had no problem, so I knew it was an issue. That's how smart my dog is. That's my guy.
Yeah, but hey, that's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. But other than that, though, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm looking forward to this draft tomorrow. I always love our drafts. NFL, NBA, any type of draft is always a fun thing. Watching people make that next step. But
seeing
as
those
we speak,
new players get locked into their slots.
Absolutely. But as we speak, we got some breaking news. Breaking news just in the last 5 minutes.
What is it, Steve?
And let me get this is so new. I'm gonna make sure I get this correct so that you guys get the first. Like I said, this just came across in the last 5 minutes. We have an NBA trade. We have Randall, who was with the Minnesota Timberwolves, has been traded. Apparently, looks like to the Brooklyn Nets. So I'm trying to get the particulars. Like I said, this just happened. Just came across in the last 5 minutes. So I'm getting you guys here it goes. This is the word. Minnesota Timberwolves are trading Julius Randle. Sorry about that. And the number 20 pick in the draft to the Brooklyn Nets.
Wow.
And then this is going to be a 3-team trade that's going to include Nick Claxton going to the Chicago Bulls. So we got the Nets, the Bulls, and the Timberwolves involved in this trade.
Wow.
So teams are making moves, getting ready for this draft. And so just real quick,
it seems like the NBA
big move, of course, is
just around the corner, and it just ended.
I know. I said they don't play around. 1 week after the finals, they're already getting right to the moves, which I like. I actually like that because it gives you a chance to play off your emotion. Teams are like, let's make moves quickly. Let's not drag it out. And so they saw Randall, who had kind of an up and down playoffs for the Timberwolves. The Wolves are like, we need to move on from him. And they obviously are looking to get somebody in the draft, probably in his position. So the big move right now is going to be, where does Giannis go? Because right now it looks like the two teams going for him are either the Bulls or the Heat. I'm sorry, I say the Bulls. I'm sorry. I meant the Heat or the Celtics. are the two main teams that look like they're going for him. And so that's going to make a huge difference, if it goes through tomorrow, because there'll be a domino effect as to other moves. And so people are waiting to see where Giannis is going to go to make their moves accordingly. So keep an eye on that for tomorrow. It's looking like the Bansa will be that number one pick to go to the Wizards unless something big happens from now until tomorrow.
Okay.
And we're going to get you guys Wednesday all that information. So how do you feel?
Hey, man, I'm feeling great. I'm surprised you haven't laid into me on how your Orioles did my Dodgers. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there so you don't try to spring it up later on. My goodness, 12-1? That was something else.
You know something though? As much as I enjoyed it, and this is what our talk about baseball is. The season is so long, and there's just so many games and there's so many things to it. It's hard to just get into one series and sit there and really read into it much of anything. I mean, it was great to go out there, and I think they pulled out 2 out of 3 in the series, but it's still, the Dodgers are still the team to be in the National League, and we're still struggling just to get a wild card. So I'm not going to sit there and
we're a little gimpy right now, so we got to get healthy. We got to get healthy. I'm glad. That shows a lot of growth from you, Steve, because before you took it there.
Baseball is one sport. It's hard to do that. Nah. You know, in the NFL, every game has significant meaning. So when you have a matchup in one game, it means something.
Right.
In Major League Baseball, it's just too many games to get into any one series and make a big deal of it. But I'm happy that we're playing better ball. I'm happy that things are coming around. But like I said, we've talked about this year after year. I don't get into baseball really until after the All-Star game. So the All-Star game is about 3 weeks. After that, then I start actually looking into the standings and making some headways. But until then, it's just games. So yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
But
great.
Since you did bring it up, nah. We beat you guys. Since you did bring it up. I should have worn my Orioles. I should have worn my Orioles cap today.
You guys won a battle, but you know who the champs are. We're the champs all season long. Somebody has to dethrone us, and we're back to back.
I won't take it.
I wear my Dodger hat proud. We're back to back, Steve. We don't care about little battles. I'm surprised you didn't bring it up because. Yeah. That's like you guys World Series right there. 12-1. You better eat it up. I expect to hear the nah. There you have it.
But before we leave baseball, let me pose one Dodger question to you. Because I just read this article as a Dodger fan. I want to get input on this. So we know about Shohei Ohtani. Everybody knows he's Mr. Everything. Yes. So the big question with him right now is going to be moving forward. Right now, he's a two-way player. He pitches and hits. And so the question is going to be, should they just have him just be a hitter, or should they continue this experiment? I mean, he of course is a great pitcher as well, but pitching is going to take away the longevity of his career at some point. So should the Dodgers just go ahead and just have him be a hitter, or should they have him continue doing this double duty, pitching and hitting, knowing that pitching is at some point he's going to get injured again? What do you think? As a Dodger fan,
I never
just
really
adding to that. I'm going to say he's already had 2 major surgeries.
Yeah. Right.
He's young. He's young, but he's not that young. He's getting at that age where you got to start making those decisions. Do you want to extend his career? Because he could probably be a hitter.
We keep him as a hitter. And
do another 10, 12 years.
Yeah, I would say keep him as a hitter and as a backup pitcher if we really need it.
Okay.
To save that arm
to me, it
for it
makes the
not to be
most sense
used all the
is
time.
keep him in the
And
rotation.
then yes. Yes, and in big games, that's when you see him show up. I don't know, that's just my opinion about it. When they're young like this, I like to see them to play both ways. In fact, the only person in sports that I don't like seeing play both ways is our new guy we just got in football. I didn't like that experiment at all. I thought it was horrible when they were saying it. Pick a position and let him excel at it. Period. And just like Deion Sanders in big games, have him come in.
This year, he's going to stick to the defensive side. From what I understand this year, so we'll see. We'll see how that plays out for him. It's a hard. I mean, we all know about the legendary Deion. Great
from
question.
Facebook said, "Will the
I would say right now, based on what I've seen,
what's your opinion?" The jersey.
What do you think? Well, I'll go first. I mean, I think they're the team to beat. I mean, right now, from what I've seen,
I'm biased.
They're still the team to beat.
Asking me that question and seeing how strong my team is, I think we're going to do what hasn't been done before. So I'm always going. I'm going to ride with my team. We are the champs until we get dethroned. I don't see anybody out there that can dethrone us. You might be able to win a game here, a game there. But the Dodgers, when we're healthy, can nobody see us? Can't nobody see us?
I guess that's going to be the big question. That's going to be the big question is if they're healthy. If they're healthy, yeah, they're the team to beat. But
that's why your question about whether he should pitch or hit is a very, very valid question, because in these long seasons as such, we want to keep him healthy for the hitting, to bring the guys in or to get that free walk,
And like you said, have him pitch matter. Save his arm for the playoffs when you do need him for a game 7, and that he can go on the mound and close it out for you. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I would have him be hitter only and save him the pitch when needed.
That's right.
That's an interesting question. You guys let us know in the comments what you feel. How do you feel about Ohtani, and how do you feel about the Dodgers' chances this year to get back to the World Series?
That's perfect right there. Drop them in those comments.
We have to get to this.
Let us know what you think, and on Wednesday's show, we will answer those questions. Ask whatever you want to ask, but we want to know what you guys feeling. Should he just pitch? Should he just be a hitter? Or should we keep him doing both and take the risk of shortening his career? We're putting it out to you guys. You let us know.
Okay, I'm with you there. I'm with you. So, but we got to get to this World Cup, because this is the world's event, and it's taking over the United States, Canada, and Mexico. I'm gonna comment first and just say that whoever in FIFA came up with the idea of having it be a 3-country World Cup is a genius, because I think that has gone over very well. Instead of just having it in one country, having it, be Mexico, the United States, and Canada all having games there.
So people can share in the wealth.
It's sharing the wealth. It makes it easier for travel. It makes it easier. You get different fan bases on different countries and different dynamics. It's made for a very fun and energetic World Cup. So I will give FIFA credit for that. Expanding the field to 48 teams, I think, has gone over very well. You have more games. You get 3 or 4 games every day. You're going to have a 32-team knockout, which is going to be great, I think. A lot of great soccer. I think I've watched more soccer in this last week than I've watched maybe in the last 4 years combined.
But
So
what I like
I'm enjoying the World Cup.
it has bridged the gap. That gap where there's nothing normally going on. Soccer has really taken that spot. I was not a fan of soccer, and that was only because people used to compare it to football. Two completely different games, and I love them both. Oh my goodness, soccer is something else. Something else. But
Yeah, it's
I'm
something
still
else.
like, give me another year before I'm like Nostradamus like in football. Because this is
Well, let me ask you this question, because when we talked about it last week,
right.
we talked about who we thought were our favorites, and I said, based on what I saw, I had like Germany,
Right.
and I thought Argentina was a wild card. Who are you still sticking with your team?
Like I said,
You mentioned England.
England. I was riding with England, and I also said Portugal, but Portugal is doing horrible. But
Yeah.
Portugal was like
Portugal's
my
struggling.
backup, but it's like Portugal caught a flat tire on the way out. But
yeah,
Mexico is trying to put an exclamation point on it. Like this is our sport.
Mexico,
Period. Mexico,
yeah.
I'm not taking nothing away from Mexico. Mexico, wow, they look super strong. We must know I looked over these teams before I picked, and Mexico has always been cool, but to me, I don't know. It seemed like when it got to the big stage, it's like they lack in the big stage. And right now, to me, it's like they're just 5 stars. Mexico is 5 stars right now, and looking strong.
Yes, they're 2-0, moving on to the next round. The United States team also is 2-0, moving on to the next round. So we're starting to get setups for these 32 teams. Germany, I think, has moved on. They're moving on to the round of 32. The team I watched today, Argentina. We love this GOAT debate, and we talk about it with basketball. But man, Lionel Messi for Argentina, he is having the World Cup of all World Cups.
His name is synonymous with this sport. Like, he's the poster boy for soccer.
My goodness,
Messi.
I mean, you want to talk about domination? In the first 2 games, Argentina has scored 5 goals. Guess who scored all 5 of their goals?
This man has a battery in his back.
I mean, he's a one-man machine. He had a hat trick the first game, but he had 3 goals the first game. Today, he had 2 more, leading Argentina to a 2-0 win. 5 goals in 2 games. He now is an all-time leader in goals with 18. And he still has at least 2 more games at minimum to go.
I'm still keeping England. Even though they're 1-1. But I'm dropping Portugal, and I'm putting Argentina on my. I don't know why. You know what? When I'm gonna tell you, I was biased whenever they have a superstar on the team. To me, and I wasn't just talking about soccer. It goes for sports across. It just seems like is that team is not in the mud. It's not the proper way to say it, but those teams seem to struggle in these type of events. Now that player looks wonderful, but because that player looks wonderful, most of the time it seems like the team struggle from basketball to football. But you just said 5 out of 5, pulling out hat tricks. Messi is the poster boy for soccer, and can it get any better? Can it get any better?
I mean, that's going to be the question. So I got to put them now as my favorite. When one player of his caliber gets on that type of a role, they got to be the favorites for me right now. I still got Germany as that wild card, but yeah. So I mentioned today Argentina won 2-0 over Austria.
Right.
France beat Iraq 3-0, and France is another team to watch out. It got Mbappe,
Right.
who is second now in career goals. He scored today, so he's on the Messi's back as far as all-time goals. Norway beat Senegal 3-2, and then tonight we have Jordan versus Algeria. So tomorrow's big game, that was one of your favorites, Portugal, in what is definitely a must-win for them. They're playing against Uzbekistan. England, who is another one of your favorites, is playing Ghana. Panama, Croatia, and Colombia versus the Congo.
England
so we're going to have some great games these next couple of days. And then by Thursday, we get to that U.S. again and Mexico playing.
Let me be clear, Steve.
So
I didn't back
you guys updated.
I didn't back away from England. I'm still keeping England. I dropped Portugal and added Argentina. That's what happened. I'm still riding with them. Even
so
being
I heard
behind.
that. So we got. All right. So we're hearing you guys heard England, Argentina from Packet. I'm going with Argentina and Germany, with France being a close third. So yeah, we're gonna keep you guys updated. We'll get you guys on Wednesday. We'll be able to give you guys more teams that's going to go on to the round of 32.
Yes.
But we got an interesting. We want to get into an interesting topic today. Boxing. We love the GOAT debate. So we want to ask you guys now. We're going to give our opinions as to who are the GOATs in boxing for each division of boxing.
Now, before we go over this, Steve, I want to ask you. Now, Mayweather, he was in a bunch of different weight classes. So what will we call his weight class?
Good question. That's a very good question. Here's how I did it. Because you do have so many fighters who did fight in so many different weight classes.
Okay.
The way I looked at the GOAT debate, I looked at each individual division and judged according to, for that particular division, what did they do in that division? So, for instance, for Mayweather, I broke down his career based on every division he fought in. Which division was he strongest in? And I made my GOAT debate based on the division that he was at his strongest. What division that he ruled the strong. And actually, you're going to be surprised. I actually do have a GOAT division for Mayweather. So, I mean, I know this is going to shock you because we've had this conversation, and I don't think that Mayweather is the GOAT of boxing. But I do think that he is a GOAT in one division.
Don't say that out loud again.
So I'm gonna shock you there. I know. I'm just gonna let you know that I do have a division for him. But I was looking at the divisions. Now in American boxing, the flyweights and the bantamweights, it's big in America. It's more bigger in like amateur boxing, Olympic boxing. Is more bigger overseas. So I didn't really want to get into the GOAT debate for those divisions because most of the GOATs in those divisions are guys nobody knows much about. So I decided to start with, if we're going to get into this, I said I'm skipping the flyweight, skipping the bantamweight. Let me go to our first division we're going to talk about for boxing. Let me get into it real quick. Featherweights. So featherweights is when you start seeing some money fights in boxing.
Yeah.
Is when you get to the featherweight division.
I
broke down featherweight. I broke down featherweight into two categories. You have the featherweight division, and then you have the super featherweight division.
Right.
So for me, for featherweight, I have as the GOAT Manny Pacquiao.
Wow.
Now Manny Pacquiao in the featherweight division, he ruled. I mean, that was probably his strongest division. He was just knocking people out left and right.
Exactly.
He could have stayed there and probably had, there, if not undefeated, maybe 1 or 2 losses if he would have stayed featherweight. Of course, he went on to get 8 divisions. He realistically, the higher divisions were too much weight for him.
Right.
He still fought well, but he was fighting against guys who were much bigger than him. Some of his losses, you kind of scare because he was fighting guys he should not have been fighting.
Oh, but Steve, he was just too small. Your argument, he fought everybody in front of him.
Well, I did, and that's why I call him all-time great.
He fought everybody, Steve.
Well, yes, and for saying that, I call him an all-time great because when I talk about my great fighters have to fight all the guys in that division who matter. And nobody can look at Pacquiao and say Pacquiao dodged anyone. You look at Pacquiao, he has 7, 8 losses, yes.
Right.
But his resume is he has wins over 22 champions. 22.
I give it to him.
That's impressive.
Very impressive.
So you have to acknowledge when you fought that many guys who become world champions,
right?
And you have wins over them. That's super impressive. But featherweight was his most dominant. That's the weight that was strongest for him, and that's the weight that he just dominated that realm.
So I will agree.
Now
we're giving Manny
Pacquiao
to be the GOAT of the featherweight division.
Absolutely. Now for super featherweight, I'm going with your guy, Floyd Money Mayweather. Here's the reason why.
Right.
Floyd Mayweather was 27-0 as a flyweight / featherweight / super featherweight. He had 10 title defenses as a super featherweight.
Okay.
The most of any of his title reigns. He was dominant and he had power. In 6 of those 10 fights, he either won by KO or TKO. So that was a power division for him. As soon as he moved up past featherweight into the lightweight and welterweight divisions, he lost his power. And he was just winning by decisions.
Right.
So he was a power fighter in the super featherweight division.
Okay.
And so he is my super featherweight GOAT.
Well, I'm gonna have to say it like
how do you feel?
I'm gonna say it like this, Steve. That was real nice dress up on your part. Real nice dress up. But Money Mayweather has fought across 5 different weight classes, which is super featherweight, junior lightweight, light welterweight, junior welterweight, and light middleweight, and junior middleweight. And he is undefeated in all of them, Steve. All of them, which makes him the GOAT by definition. No one could beat him. No one could stand toe-to-toe with him. And honestly, no one has stepped up to be able to beat him. The GOAT. Now, I know you're going to argue me and you're going to say a bunch of stuff about him not fighting people, and I'm going to cut to the chase. The Boxing Federation did not require him to fight the people that some of you guys wanted him to fight, just like Manny Pacquiao, who we called the GOAT of the featherweight, fought people he shouldn't have been fighting. Mayweather didn't have that problem. He fought the people who were in front of him, defeated them, and he is the GOAT by definition because he hasn't lost a fight. Name somebody else who hasn't lost a fight. Because it's going to be some people that you call the GOAT, because Pacquiao has lost a bunch of fights. And you consider him the GOAT. So you're going to try to tell me somebody who hasn't lost one fight is not the GOAT because he didn't satisfy your appetite for the fight? Stop it. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
All right. That was beautiful. I want to pull out the violin.
Thank you.
Put a cello. Let's get some. a little bit. I mean, that was a beautiful, beautiful rendition of not answering the question. We talked about the GOAT for each division.
I just told you he's a GOAT in all.
I don't care about the tomato can. What's that? I don't care about the tomato cans and the has-been fighters that Mayweather beat towards the end of his career. I'm talking about when was he at his strength, and what division is he the GOAT of for that particular division? And that was the super featherweight. That was when Mayweather was at his strongest. Yes, he did move on later on and fought against has-beens, guys who were well past their time. And he had one or two solid fights. But his best fights were at super featherweight. Would you agree or not agree?
Every fight that Mayweather had was a great fight because he's a great fighter.
No.
Floyd Mayweather won 15 major world champions across 5 weight classes throughout his professional career. And you trying to tell me this man is not the GOAT? Stop it, Steve. Stop it. I understand you don't like him. A lot of people don't like Money Mayweather. You know, I'm not particularly fond of the way he does things, but that's that man. He's a grown man. What I will say is he's the GOAT in boxing, not heavyweight. He's not a heavyweight fighter. Then I would have to turn to.
So that's why. So again, and please, guys, write in and correct Packett on this. We're talking about the GOAT for each weight class. Now Packett's giving me his overall GOAT because he's a fan.
No.
But that's not what the question is. The question is, what is the GOAT for each division? So please write in, guys. Correct Packett on this. We're talking about each division.
Correct me.
So
you asked me.
Correct you. Yes.
But in every division that he was in,
but you're asking the question. The question is,
what's this question? Super featherweight.
The question
he
is,
got the championship title. He left that after he had the championship title and went to lightweight, WBC. He won that. Super lightweight. He won that. So if he won it and nobody ever beat him in those eras, in those years that he was there, he's the best of the best. He's retired the best of the best.
We went through this already, and we discussed that along the way. He handpicked guys in other weight classes and skipped guys he could have fought in those weight classes who may have given him a better fight.
That's purely opinion, Steve.
He had the power to.
That's purely opinion.
Not to his credit, he had. Well, it is what it. I mean, we had many guys who have come out on the record and said we tried to fight Mayweather and Mayweather dodged us. Now, for another day, I can go out here and call out names and have you discuss these people who tried to get fights with Mayweather and Mayweather refused to fight them. But that's for another show. That's not what our show's about.
No.
Our show's about the GOAT.
These people did any of these weight classes, Boxing Federation, make him fight these people? Because it sounded like you're pointing out an error in the boxing arena, because if you have to fight somebody, then he would have to fight them, or they would take a belt away from him, right?
Now, great question. That is a great question, because then we need to look up and see, has Mayweather ever had to surrender a belt for no one? That's something that we're going to give you that answer on Wednesday. Has there been a case of Mayweather and giving up a belt? Because you did mention about the fact that, yes, he does have all these weight classes, but did he move up in weight and dodge somebody who he could have had to fight in order to keep his record intact? And that's a great question. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna investigate that, because I do. But let's move on to lightweight, because
Floyd Mayweather has never lost a professional boxing match and was never defeated in the ring for a world title.
Okay, but that's not answering the question.
He did lose a belt outside of the ring.
Yes,
I'm trying to get it for you in live time. We'll have it for you Wednesday. We'll have it
We'll
for
have
you
it for you.
guys
Like I
Wednesday.
said, we're gonna bring that for you on Wednesday. I don't want to waste our people's time because we have some great fighters coming up. And so
wait a minute,
we got to
T-Bizzle
get to the
74
lightweight
said
division.
he is trash. His whole career, he was fighting junior high school students.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Like I said, I didn't want to say that, but I'm glad you did bring that
this
up.
Must be a
like
man
I said,
who dislikes heavyweight fights. Let's be perfectly clear. Pacquiao, those are the same weight fighters that Mayweather was fighting in the super featherweight and things like that. It's the same weight. You know, some people don't like those fights where they hit each other 1,000 times. Some people don't like those fights. I get it. I had to take. It took time for me to grow into those type of fights. You know, everybody's not a one hitter quitter. T-Bizzle. Everybody's not a one hitter quitter. But I thank you for that insight.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that, because now when we talk about lightweight, this was the easiest one for me. We talk about the lightweight division, talking about somebody who never dodged a fight, somebody who was amazing at the lightweight class, Roberto Hands of Stone Duran.
Ooh, Duran.
Roberto Duran was 72-1 as a fighter in the lower weight classes.
Wow.
Up into lightweight. He ruled the 1970s in the lightweight division.
Hands down.
So all the way up into 1979, he fought everyone. I mean, there's not nobody in the lightweight division who would sit there and say that Roberto Duran dodged him. He fought everybody in that division. And the only reason why he left the lightweight division was because a certain guy called Sugar Ray Leonard challenged him for the welterweight championship. So Duran moved up in weight class in order to fight Sugar Ray Leonard in 1980 in the controversial fight in Montreal, in which Duran won, took over the welterweight division. So he was 80-1 with junior lightweight, and welterweight championships under his realm.
Question, Steve.
Now, Duran's only
do you like fighters going up in weight when they're running a division, or do you like them to stay where they're at?
Well, that's the big question. We're saying is that if these guys stayed in their weight division, they would have been astronomical in their wins. But they chased the money, they chased the fame, they chased the bigger prizes. And so with Mayweather, Pacquiao, with Duran, they had to move up in weight in order to get the bigger fights.
So do you agree that
once you beat everybody in your division,
do you agree that Mayweather could have took other fights, could have made more money if he would have done these same things?
Agree. And that's why I say when we talk about the GOAT debate,
and not taking the bait, not just going for the money, not just trying to please everybody, but doing what's the best for his career, I call that the GOAT.
Well, I mean,
clean record.
And again,
the GOAT.
Now to those of us who love boxing, actually love competitive boxing matches, give me Roberto Duran any day and Sunday over somebody who picks and chooses fights that he knows he has a better chance to win.
Now bringing it back down to earth, what you said, Roberto Duran was 70-1, right, Steve?
80-1.
Excuse me. My apologies to Roberto Duran. 80-1. But listening to people like Steve and other people, at the end of his career, he was 103 wins, 70 by knockout with 16 losses. 16 losses. 70 by knockout, 16 losses, from 80-1 to now the full spectrum of doing what other people see you doing because you're a gladiator in your own weight class. Now you've picked up the weight class to go fight more people. Now from 80-1, he only fought a total of 119 fights. to have 103 wins and 16 losses, I clearly say he should have stayed doing what he was doing. Period. Period. I get what you're saying. For us as fanatics, the fans, yes, we want to see you. We want to see you get out there. We want to see you doing your thing. We want to see you fighting. But it is what it is. You got to do what's best for your career. And Roberto Duran, I don't think what we saw was best for his career after seeing that statistic. 80-1 to now doing what other people wanted you to do. And now your record is 119 fights, 103 wins with 16 losses. 16 losses from 80 to 119. You guys do the math. I'm not going to do it for you. That's just crazy to me. When he was a gladiator, when he was full force doing what he was supposed to do, and then he did what Steve and other people wanted him to do, and then now what do we have? A bunch of losses after the 80-1. A bunch of them.
Absolutely.
Bunch of them. Now, to us as fans, yay, we got to see great fight because he's a great fighter. He has a great chin. He was a gladiator. Gladiators fight. But Money Mayweather booed to him, to some of you guys, because he didn't tarnish his record like you guys wanted him to. You guys wanted him to. And with all this money stuff coming out, I believe you guys are going to get what you want to, that you've always wanted. I believe you're going to get it because now Father Time is knocking on the door. Knock, 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 knock. And he's going to go make some more money. And just like my guy, Roy Jones, being perfect, but being a gladiator, always wanting to please the people. This is the things that happen. This is the things that happen. But hey, there it is there. T. Bizzle also said, nobody can name anybody. What did he say?
Substantial.
And who went against? He fought
Mayweather. I know what he's talking about.
Oh my goodness. We have somebody that hates Mayweather just as much as you, Steve. We have somebody who hates Mayweather just as much as you did, Steve.
I'm just keeping it real. You look at Pacquiao's career and you look at all the great money fights he had. You look at Roberto Duran's career and you look at all the great money fights he had. How many real money fights did Money Mayweather really have? Name me his 3 greatest money fights.
Man,
you're the huge Mayweather fan. Tell me his 3 greatest money fights.
I had to look that up for you. I would definitely have to look that up.
I'll give you till Wednesday. Come back to us on Wednesday and tell me what were the 3 money fights that Mayweather had that I should look at and say, "Ooh, I'm impressed."
This is crazy.
'Cause I can look at Pacquiao, I can look at Duran and give you a whole bunch of them.
And this is what I want to point out to people because Steve, love him to death. He's going to see it his way, but I have to say it one more time. I have to say it one more time about a gladiator, Duran. He was 80-1, 70 by knockout. By the end of his career, he was 103 wins out of a total of 119 fights with 16 losses. Money Mayweather is undefeated. I'm not arguing that fact about him being great. It's solidified in the record. I'm not going to argue that fact because the Boxing Federation does not make him fight. If they didn't make him fight, then it wasn't a fight. It's nothing to argue about because you guys didn't get your pound of blood or your pound of flesh, however you want to say it. You're mad. You're mad. But guess what? Be mad. But Money Mayweather, the GOAT in boxing. Make up whatever you want to make up. Just know His record is untarnished. He's undefeated. And name somebody else who could stand up like that and was smart
and I'm gonna
not to fall into you guys' little game. That little game of
and I'm gonna close it out by telling you guys Mayweather killed the boxing game, and you guys all know now. If you see where boxing has gone in the last 10 years since the Mayweather debacle, we can't get a quality fight now. It's like once every 2 or 3 years you get one quality fight out of boxing, whereas before Mayweather you had 4 or 5 quality fights every year. That's the Mayweather effect.
Mayweather is far from the person. Boxing killed boxing itself by cheating Tyson out of his belt, out of a lot of things that we saw live in our face. Now Mayweather, arguably, you can be like, he didn't fight this person, but every time he stepped into the ring, there was no controversy in him kicking their butt. You guys always just say, well, that person was past their time. They didn't have it in them anymore. Well, they said that about Pacquiao. And guess what? Pacquiao still want to fight, and y'all still want to pay him big money. I don't want to hear it. You can't argue the fact, unblemished record, undefeated. You can say what you want to say. He's undefeated. Now, if you don't understand what undefeated means, hey, bully for you. Bully for you. But guess what? That means GOAT to me, because guess what? Nobody could touch him. Hey, but Wednesday, we're gonna do the GOAT
that
debate.
Was a beautiful, like I said, that was a beautiful sonnet. The violin, we're gonna put the violins away. That was amazing. But if you're gonna hate on Roberto Duran, you're really gonna hate on my welterweight.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna pick this back up on Wednesday.
You criticized his 80-1 and said because he had 16 losses in his career when he fought against 15 guys who were much bigger than him and he had no reason to be in the ring with, but because he is a gladiator, he took the fights. You're gonna really hate this one.
After 80
welterweight
fights, he lost one fight. Listening to your reasoning, he took on another 40 some fights. And guess what? He lost 16 times.
Yeah,
anybody fighting, everybody fighting, there is a time limit. Mother Nature is fighting against you. You're getting older. So if you're going to do all this stuff, it has to be early. But guess what? You got to fight the great fight, and you got to listen to your body. You got to do what's right for you in your career, and you got to navigate perfectly, kind of like Money Mayweather, the GOAT of boxing in his weight class. Well, we're going to finish this topic up on Wednesday because we got some more boxing. We're not going to just end it like that, but we're at our time.
Oh yeah.
We are at our time.
On Wednesday, guys, we're going to talk about welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight, the big boys.
And we're going to jump right into it after we do before we're going to do the news first. We're going to jump right into boxing, and then we're going to go to, and I want you guys to be ready for this. Who is the GOAT in football at QB? Top five. Going to try to have all our co-hosts on here so everybody can give you your top five. You can let us know who your top five is. Blow the Whistle Sports. We'll see y'all Wednesday, 7 p.m. T Bizzle, we want y'all. I loved you chiming in. I want you to chime in.
I'm gonna give one trivia question for you guys for Wednesday before we close out real quick. For my welterweight GOAT, this guy went 128-1, and his only loss as a welterweight was against the Raging Bull. That's your clue. You guys who are a big movie, I know Pack is a movie buff. His only loss, he went 128-1 in his first 129 fights, and his only loss was to the Raging Bull. Name who that fighter was and who he fought against. That's going to be the trivia question.
Drop it in the comments, and make sure you tune on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Blow the Whistle Sports. We'll be here. We want you guys to be here. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see y'all Wednesday.
Peace.